point in time, I will be able to present another problem related to transport phenomena, specifically the momentum transfer. So in this case, I need to show to you regarding fluid statics. Okay, it's not now the fluid dynamics, but fluid static. Because fluid static is still part of fluid mechanics, in which fluid mechanics is classified under transport phenomena or momentum transfer. Okay, there it goes. I have only 30 minutes to discuss this with you. Okay, gosh. Question number one. Okay, wait for a while, huh? Okay, this one. Just go over very close to the page. Okay, a large open tank contains oil, 0.91 meter deep from the top, and the rest is filled with water. The tank is 3.05 meters deep, and the specific gravity of the oil is zero point 0.8. Calculate the pressure exerted by the oil and the water at the bottom of the tank. So in here, the question says we need to compute or to calculate the pressure exerted in each water at the bottom of the tank and the oil also at the bottom of the tank. So in this situation, since we will never use the Bernoulli equation, we will use directly the hydrostatic pressure equation under potential energy, because there's no velocity involved here, there's no viscosity involved here also, like that. But still, we are able to use the standard constant of the density of the water at 4 degrees Celsius, okay, which is 1000 kilogram per cubic meter. So here, the question says only generally. So it's not specified yet what is really the units to be considered. Could either be an English unit or in a metric system. But I would rather prefer the metric system because the given is 3.05 meters, okay, and 0.21 meters. Though you can convert that also to feet, okay, something like that. But let's try metric system first. Okay, let's write the given first directly. Okay, we got, okay, given as a specific gravity of oil. So let's just denote that SPG, right? Given. Okay. Given. SPG or SG. Okay. Small letter S, small letter G. So it's equals to of oil is equal to 0.8. Okay, specific gravity. Take note, guys, this is still specific gravity of oil. 0.8 is the specific gravity of oil. Okay, then we can compute for the density of oil through the basic formula. Specific gravity of a substance, okay, specific gravity of a substance, SGS, is equal to the density rho of a substance over density of water. Okay, here. Density of a substance, which is an oil, is equal to the specific gravity of the substance, which is an oil, is equal to the density of oil over the density of water. Okay, in the problem, it is not stated the density, but it is automatically released a standard value at 4 degrees Celsius, a pure substance called water, which is equal to 1000 kilogram per cubic meter. We choose this value because there's a unit of matter in the denominator, okay, rather than the 1 grams per ml and 1 gram per ml and the 1 gram per cc or 1 gram per cubic meter. Okay, so use the density of water, okay, 1000, okay, kilogram per cubic meter. So the density of oil is, so calculator please, We got so 0.8 times 1,000, and then that is, I think, 800, because that is point, right? Okay, to make sure. So, I have here the calculator, okay? So, even though this is a very basic example of fluid static, sorry, but if you are preparing for the Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering board exam this coming October 2021, this it could also help this a little bit for you, okay? Because in board exam, not all difficult problems will be there. It should be properly proportioned. There's easy, there's average, and there's difficult problem solvings also. Okay, so it's gonna be from average to difficult like that, but it is generally average. Okay, especially in our major chemical engineering subjects and the physical and chemical principles. I don't know exactly with general engineering because that's really different. That's focusing on mathematics. Okay, but what I'm telling you, in our major only, chemical engineering and physical and chemical principles, not really that difficult really. Average, a lot of average problem solvings with a little bit of complex or difficult, okay? And can be solved really not all the time by integral calculus or differential calculus or differential equations, can be solved majority by using algebra only, linear equation. Okay? Algebra. Okay? So basic mathematics always. What I mean is subtraction, multiplication, division, like that, always like that. But you need to remember the basic formulas only in chemistry and in physics, something like that, because those basic formulas in physics and chemistry will be used also in higher subjects, right? Okay, in physical chemistry, in unit operation, unit processes, the same thing will do, though there's a little bit of insertion and incorporation of complex formulas, but we need to remember the basic, okay, formulas as well as our strong foundation to solve average to a little bit difficult problem solvings. Okay, like that. Okay, going back, the density of oil will be zero point 0.8 times 1,000. Okay, so zero point 0.8 times 1,000 is equals to 800 kilogram per cubic meter. So the density of oil is 800 kilogram per cubic meter. So, meaning to say that the water is heavier than the oil. Okay? So the water is heavier than the oil because it's 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter. So the oil will be usually at the bottom. So because water is denser than the oil. Okay, it has bigger density compared to the oil. Okay? So that's our first analysis. Okay, like that. And another given also is we have to draw now. Okay. Okay, what's this? So a large open tank. So like this, I have to draw now. So this is a tank. Okay, contains oil 3 feet or 0.91 meter deep from the top. Okay, meaning from the top. Okay, if this is the top, meaning 3 feet, exactly around here, something like that. Okay, the tank is 3.05 meter deep. Okay, so deep meaning to say this is the height of the tank. Okay, this is an elevation, 3.05 meter. Okay, the tank is 3.05 meter deep, and the specific gravity of the oil is 0.8. Already have here in our computation, first computation. So the tank is 3.05 meter deep. Okay, like this. Okay. Okay, this one. Okay. Calculate the pressure exerted by the oil and the water at the bottom of the tank. So this gives an idea to calculate individually the pressure of oil and water. So let's start with the oil. Okay. Let's say for example the oil will be going downward like this. Oil. Oh no, sorry. Water because it is more denser or heavier, and the oil upward like this. Okay. Oil upward, okay, and water downward. Okay, so we need to take into account the hydrostatic pressure formula, hydrostatic pressure formula, or the head formula of pressure. So pressure is equals to density times gravity times the elevation. So let's consider first the oil. Okay, like that. Okay. So, okay. It says that the oil is 0.91 meter drip from the top. Okay, so from the top. So that is 0.91 meter from the top. So let's illustrate here 0.91 from the top. So let's say this is the oil height. Okay. So this is the height of an oil, 0.91 meters. So let's substitute this 0.91 meter to the gravity times the height times the density. Okay? So gravity, density of oil is equals to computed already 800 kilogram per cubic meter. Okay, this is the density. The gravity is, since we are using the metric system, we will use the standard of 9.81. Okay? So 9.81 meter per second squared. And the height will be 0.91 meter. So this one. Pressure of the oil is equal to the density of oil, which we are computed already, 800 kilogram per cubic meter, times the density of the oil, specific gravity of the oil, 9.81. Okay, and then the height elevation of the oil is 0.91 meter from the top of the tank. So let's compute this one. So 800, okay, 800 times 9.81 times 0.91. So we have 7,141.68. 7,141.68. And we still don't know the unit, and we need to do the cancellation, okay, of units to identify what really the units of this pressure, because there's a lot of unit of pressure, as we can remember, right? Okay. Okay, this one. This pressure is, okay, 7,141.68. But we still don't know yet what is the unit. It could either be Pascal, which is equal to Newton per square meters. It could be PSI, pound per square inch. Could it be a bar? Could it be an atmosphere? Could it be an mmSg, millimeters of mercury? Okay, so we need to identify the unit, the exact unit, based on the units of the quantities in the formula of pressure. And we need to do the cancellation. Okay, so meter squared cancel. Okay, so what will remain is meter only. So the unit will be kilogram. Okay, kilogram meter second squared, like this. And this can be computed as kilogram and then kilogram and then like this. So it would be kilogram is seconds negative 1 over meter per second. like this. Okay? Positive 1 like this. So, this one, the unit will be like this. Investigate ha, like this, due to the cancellation. So it will become now as kilogram. Okay, cancel. So what will remain is kilogram meter second squared. Okay, like that, and then kilogram. Okay, and then the S will go up, so it will become S negative 1, and the other one will be negative S, or let's can do this, or kilogram meter second negative 2, okay, like this. Sorry. Okay, then since we know Pascal is Newton meter squared, okay, so here, so kilogram meter per second squared, okay, in here. So Newton is kilogram meter per squared, so kilogram meter squared. So this one in here. So this is the kilogram. So this is the Newton part in the equation. Okay, so 9.81 meter per second squared times 800 kilogram per cubic meter. So the kilogram meter squared is Newton. Okay, then what will remain? Newton, cancel, Newton per square meter will remain because this meter will cancel, and this also, this is 3, right? So there's still M2 will be left. So kilogram meter squared per meter squared, like this one. Okay, like this. How can I show you this one? Like that. Okay. Kilogram meter squared, klaro siya, ito. Kilogram meter per squared, and then over per meter squared. So this one is Newton. The other side is Newton above. So this is Newton per square meter. So this is Pascal. Okay? So our unit here is Pascal. Okay? Okay, again I will, because maybe you will be confused by the paper. Okay? Never mind with this first attempt, because the first attempt will show, first trial will show that there's no such unit as pressure here. Then I change my analysis to consider the Newton. It's gonna be like that if your first analysis will fail, especially if there's no equivalent unit of the pressure for the first attempt, then go for the second attempt. Try to incorporate the Newton thing, something like that, okay? So it's gonna be like that usually, especially in science problem, there must be a trial and error also will be exists. Okay, will exist. Okay, something like that. Okay. So, Newton per square meter or Pascal. So, we have 7,141.68 Pascal for the density of, no, pressure of oil. Okay? So, the pressure of oil, wait, please. Okay. The pressure of oil is 7,141.68 Newton per square meter. Okay, Newton is kilogram meter squared over m squared man siya. Okay, this one. Okay, kilogram meter per squared, kilogram meter per second squared. Okay, and then over meter squared. So kilogram meter per second squared is the Newton. kilogram meter per second squared is a Newton, and then over per square meters. Okay, like that. So this is Pascal. Okay, so Pascal. Okay, like that. And the water at the bottom of the tank. Water also. So pressure of the water is equals to the density of water, which is 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter. Density, gravity is still 9.81 meter per second squared times the height of water in our tank. So like that. Here class, okay, since the tank deep is 3.05 meter and we have a given of 0.21 meter of the height of the oil from the top, so we will automatically subtract it as the height of the water. Okay, something like that. Basic mathematics. So 3.05 minus 0.91, so it's gonna be the height here. Okay, for the water, like that. So 3.05 minus 0.91. So this is 2.14 here. So 2.14 meter here in the tank. 2.14 meter in the tank is the height of the water. Okay? Pure subtraction only. So this height, which is equal to 2.14 meters, will be used in our formula in the density times gravity times the height. So the height will be 2.14 meters. And then, what is the value of water? This is just a little bit easier because this is not yet moving. This is no velocity, there's no speed of the fluid, something like that. It's static, right? So, a little bit, there's no issue of viscosity. Okay? Because it's not moving, right? So, there's no motion. So, we consider the equilibrium state. Okay, so 1,000 times 9.81 times 2.14. So, our pressure will be equal to, pressure of water will be equal to 20,993.4 Pascal. Okay, review 2.14 times 9.81 times 1,000. So, okay, it's correct. And then, like that. So, the pressure of water is 20,993.4 Pascal. Okay, we computed already the individual pressure. Calculate the pressure exerted with the oil and the water at the bottom of the tank. So, we still want to identify if the required really is the total pressure or not. Again, calculate the pressure exerted by the oil and the water at the bottom of the tank. It looks like this is a total pressure. Okay, based on my understanding. And mansha, so plus, right? Calculate the pressure exerted by the oil. It's not each. Okay, each. It is saying each oil and water, then we have to separate the pressure of the oil and the water. But calculate the pressure exerted by the oil and the water at the bottom, the meaning addition, because of the word and, A and D. So that's my analysis on the. Okay, let's have total pressure. Anyway, the answer is there. Let's prove it. Okay, so total pressure is equals to the pressure of the oil plus the pressure of the water. Okay, the pressure of the oil is 7,141.68 Pascal. Okay, the pressure of water is 20,993.4 Pascal. So the total pressure will be, calculator. So, my goodness, 7,141.68 plus 20,993.4 is equal to 28,135.08 is the total pressure. This one. Okay. So, total pressure is equal to the pressure of the oil plus pressure of the water. We will just add them directly. So here, since the oil and water is inside the tank, automatically if we have a pressure gauge attached or installed in the tank, this is also the pressure gauge. This is also the gauge pressure of the combination of the oil and water automatically because they are mixing with each other. So this is the total pressure of the two exerted inside the tank that is measured by the pressure gauge. Like this, the circle one. Okay, like that. So this is also the gauge pressure. Okay, so or PG, we can say PT or PG. Okay? So let's say pressure gauge. Ganon. Okay, Pascal. Muna siya answer. Okay, and now I will click for the answer. Which is a lot of problems here. Okay? I will click if we are correct. Okay. Because, I don't want to solve first before discussion because, it's not a challenging job. Okay, like this. The answer is 587 pounds per square feet gauge. Oh, so difficult unit. Of all common units in pressure, the problem is using the most rare and the most not usable unit of all, which is PSFG. Di ba makalibog, PSFG is not usually used. It could be either PSIG most of the times in problem solving. Since PSFG, we have 587. So we need to determine our Pascal. We convert that to PSFG because the answer here is 587. Let's prove if the value is 587, if it's correct or not. And if it is wrong, then go back to our analysis and our solution. Maybe somewhere along the way, I am wrong with my analysis. It's gonna be like that always, okay? Go back and trace where did we go wrong. Okay, of course, normally. Okay, like that. So, this is understood to be equal to 587. Gosh! PSFG, meaning pound square foot gauge pressure. It's not PSIG. So what we're going here, we need to convert first this one to PSIG and later to PSFG. Okay, Pascal. So 14.7 pound per square inch is equal to 101,325 Pascal. That's why I told you just now, memorize all the standard value of pressure, especially for chemical engineering graduates who will be able to take the board exam this coming October. Memorize all the values of pressures again. 760 mmHg, 1.013 bar, okay, 14.7 psi, 101,000 Pascal, 101.325 kilopascal, and 1 atmosphere. And then bingo. Bisag tuwad-tuwaron pa na sa board exam ang problem about pressure, then you can really determine the exact unit of pressure. That's the technique. Okay? Like that. Do not rely on the most common unit only. Okay? And take note also that Pascal is equal to Newton over square meter. Okay? Because maybe you will be afraid because there's no Newton there. Okay, just like this. Kilogram meter square over square meter, and Newton is not arriving. And we know the value of Newton is kilogram meter per second square. Okay? And then if the problem is using also grams per cubic centimeter, especially using the density of grams per cubic cc, okay, 1, right? At 4 degrees Celsius, pure substance water has a density of 1 gram per ml or 1 gram per cubic centimeter or cc. That's automatically your energy there. This is the unit of energy, or force, F-O-R-C-E, force, right? pressure is equals to force over area. Okay? Your force is in terms of dyne, dyne. Okay, you have an idea that dyne is equal to gram per square centimeter, because maybe the problem you'll be using in the board exam is already a dyne, not already a Newton. Be careful also. Okay? So, and then, for example, if the problem also is using an energy unit, which is an erg, okay, ERG. Okay, so you will use the dyne times centimeter, dyne centimeter. Okay? Because that is the value of the energy. Dyne centimeter is erg. ERG is the unit of energy. Also, equivalent also for the unit of energy in terms of Newton, which is equal to Newton meter. Okay? There's always meter, the unit of distance, because work is equals to force times distance. The distance there are the centimeter and the meter respectively. Okay, and the force there is Newton and dyne respectively. That's why we have two units of energy, which is Newton meter equal to this one, okay, and then the centimeter, dyne centimeter, okay, like that, okay. So, very clear, okay? Like that, okay? So, Newton meter and dyne centimeter. Okay? So, Newton meter, by the way, I forgot to tell you that is a joule. Okay? Joule, Joule. Okay? Again, basic. Newton meter is equal to 1 joule. Okay? 1 erg is equal to dyne centimeter, dyne, then that centimeter. Because in the problem solving in the future, in your board exam, it will be rumble. Okay, this comes out really sure because I experienced the board exam before. It really comes out. It really came out. Okay, you will just change the unit like that, like that. Okay, and then 1 calorie is equals to 1 calorie. How much? Okay, memorize also the 1 calorie is equals to 4.184 joules, something like that. Okay, review. Okay, 1 calorie is equals to 4.184. Check it out. Okay, and then maybe I'm wrong. Okay, but what I remember is 4.184 joule, 1 calorie. Okay. Let's check that here. Maybe I forgot. Okay. How many joules in 1 calorie? Okay. 4.184 or 484? Okay. My memory fails. Because it was long time ago, 25 years ago. Okay. I researched 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 joules. I think so. That's what registered in my brain cells. But I don't think so. I'm just going to research again. Okay? 1 joule. Okay? Because this technology is equal to how many? Oh, 1 calorie. Sorry. 1 calorie atong convert of joules. 1 calorie is 4.184 joules. Okay? Bali siya. That's the negative effect of memory. Sometimes it will be interchanged. That's why you have the analysis to back up with it, okay? Which is smaller, which is higher, like that. And if you're not really contented, then go to the sources of, data in the handbook, because you'll be using the chemical engineer's handbook also during the exam. Okay? If you're not really sure, it's there, okay? Okay, 1 calorie is equal to 4.84 joules. I think so. Yeah. 4. Okay. It's here. 1 kilocalorie man siya. 1 kilocalorie equals to 4,004 joules. So if that is a calorie, maybe it's correct, 4.84, right? Sorry I interrupted for a while. I need to be sure that 1 calorie is equals to 4.184 based on my brain cells. Okay. 2 calorie. Let's test. Okay. My memory. Oh my gosh. Tagal naman, kahit paghanap lang matagal. Okay, so 1 calorie. How much joules? How much joule? Oh my gosh. It says here, Google search, 1 kilocalorie is equals to 4,184. So let's convert. It's still, so kilo meaning 3, right? So move from the left. Okay, because, okay, 1 kilocalorie, like this, joules, and then, okay, kilo 10 to the 3 divided by 1,000. 4,184 divided by 1,000. Yes, 4.184 joules. Perfect. Okay. It's correct. 1 calorie is equals to 4.184 joules. Okay? So, and you will see automatically 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 Newton meter. Okay? Because joule is Newton meter. Ganon. Okay, go back to the answer. We have the answer of 28,135. Okay. I-memorize na lang siya. Okay, para madali. Okay? Like this. So we have our Pascal value. So, i-convert na to siya. So we have 2 PSFG. So 28,135.08 Pascal. Ikulbaan jud ko. Char. Pascal. And then 101,000 kilopascal. Okay? 101,325 Pascal is equals to 14.7 PSI. Okay? Meaning pound per square inch. Okay? Like this. And then pound per square inch to pound per square feet. Okay? Like this. Okay. Okay, later na lang siya. PSI lang muna tayo. Okay? So, 28. Ganon siya kapahamak ha. Okay, this is really true. Okay, because the choices will be a little bit far. The unit of but the conversion will be correct. Something like that. 28,135. But the problem also, the choices will also put PSIG. And there's also PSFG, and it will become rambled. That's why the examiners sometimes, me including me, of course, I will get confused easily also. So all you have to do is to convert what is really required. But the problem is the choices are different units. So how can you really get the correct answer? It will take time for you, right? So yun ang pahamak sometimes ha sa question, problem-solving question in a board examination. Ganon. Okay? Because you think you get the answer, but the unit will not the same in the choices, and you still have to convert. And then the choices have the same different unit also. Then all you have to do is to individually compute on the conversion. Good if you only get exactly what in the choices. But what if you will never get directly in the choices? Then you have to test A, B, C, D, E like that. Okay? And there's also time that there will be no answer, none of the above. Even though how many times you repeat, for example, 2 times repeat, 3 times repeat, and you use the correct answer, solution already, okay, as in you are confident enough that you get the formulas, but then the answer is really correct, supposedly, based on your analysis, but the choices is not there. Then you will say to yourself, it's impossible, why there's no answer? Like this, and you keep on repeating, and it will eat up your time and consume up your time. So it is really none of the above. Okay, it's not there, of course. Okay, especially if you repeat it 2 times, 3 times, that would be enough. Do not go 4, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. If it's just because of that one problem, there's still another problem waiting for you. Ganon. Okay, so trust your instinct. Okay, first instinct. Do not keep on changing your first analysis and understanding. It will make you wrong also. Okay? Trust your first hypothesis. Educated guess. Okay? 28,135.08. Ganon siya. Okay? Divided by 101,325. Okay? Divided by 101,325 is equals to times 28, 135.08. So, equals to 4.08. PSI pa siya ha. Convert to PSF na siya. Okay? This one, see? This 4.08 class pound per square inch is not yet the pounds per square foot G. Okay. But be familiar also for the acronym, because it will not be written as a pound per square feet. It's written only P, small letter P, small letter S, small letter F, small letter G. That means pound per square feet. Okay, gauge. G means gauge pressure. Okay, like that. So convert inches to feet. 1 feet is equal to 12 inches. Okay, the basic, even though in elementary, you memorize this already, right? 12 inches is equal to 1 feet. Okay, gaganon siya. Okay, and then, let's say, 0.3048 meters is equal to 1 feet. Okay, memorize that ha. 100 centimeters equals to 1 meter. Mga gaganon siya, chuba-chucho. Okay, 1 inch is equals to 2.54 centimeter. This will be injected in your brain cells. Okay, while you are in the elementary until college. So that in college, you are very fast in that basic conversion factors only. Okay, this is discussed in elementary. Okay, during your grade school level, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, you memorize. Okay, like that. So 100 centimeter equals to 1 meter, 1,000 millimeter is equals to 1 meter. Mga ganun siya, chuba-chucho. Okay, so 0.3048 meter is equals to 1 feet. 3.28 feet is equals to meter. Mga ganun siya. Okay? 1 ton is equals to 2,000 pounds. That is short ton. 1 short ton. But if you say 1 long ton is equals to 2,200 pounds, take note, if in the problem doesn't mention that it's a short ton or a long ton, then use automatically that 1 ton equal to 2,000 pounds. That means it is a short ton. Understood. But if it is specified to be like that, 1 long ton of blah 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 so and so, you will use the conversion factor, which is 2,200 pounds is equal to 1 long ton, because there's short and long ton. But what is most usually used is the short ton, understood to be 2,000 pounds. What I am telling you is if it is specified the term long, L-O-N-G. Because 1 long ton is not 2,000 pounds. It is 2,200 pounds. So this is also to some examiners and some students, okay? Because they will use immediately the 2,000 in this ton, because they see the word ton already. Be clever, not clever, be smart in your eyes, visual looking, something like that. Okay? Like that. And also, listen, also 1 mile is equals to 5,280 feet. Memorize this also, because sometimes you need to compute the how many nautical miles per hour, ganun siya, when the ship reach to the other ship. Physics, the topic of physics, in the navigation, in the sea, in the ocean. For example, ship A go to blah 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 with a speed of nautical miles per hour, ganon. And ang isa sa ship going, how much distance will be approach each other, ganon. Okay, so it's in there that very useful to use the conversion factor. 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile, because it's in there. Nautical miles per hour is the speed for all the vehicle going to the sea and the ocean. It could be a boat, a ship, or whatever, chuba-chucho. The unit of speed will be different from the unit of speed in the road. Okay? In the road, you will not use nautical miles per hour. You will use only the feet per second, the meter per second, like that. Okay? So it's impossible to use nautical miles per hour. But in the sea, in the ocean, motion problem or speed problem, they will use the nautical miles per hour. You don't know the value of what is a feet to miles, then memorize again. 5,280 feet is equals to 1 mile, period. Okay, insert that in your brain cells. Ganon. Okay, going back to 4.08 inches. Really, it would help a lot. Okay? Okay. That made me pass, okay? Because of that. Stock knowledge. Okay. Okay, stock knowledge will help a lot. Okay, I'll tell you promptly. Okay, so 1 feet 12 inches. Convert, right? So, my gosh. One, so 12 inch 1 feet. Then squared man siya kay squared siya, squared could not siya. Okay, so ganawa ng chuba-chucho. Okay, so 12 times 12 is equals to times 4.08 is equals to 587. Perfect! We get the correct answer, 587 PSFG. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Only one try. Okay? Because this is basic problem, only one try. Okay? It's correct. The answer in the here is 587 PSFG, and also my answer is 587 PSFG. Meaning I have the correct analysis. Okay, in this particular kind of problem. But when you encounter this in a board examination, this also a sort of difficult to imagine because your mind also is focusing on the difficult problems. Really, this is the disadvantage also because your mind is full, you know? Full, F-U-L-L. You studied a lot. So many things in your brain cells. And then sometimes, if you have a problem like this, which is very easy to solve, sometimes you will complicate it. Okay, because you are used to those, problem solving that involve integral calculus, differential calculus, differential equation, okay, derivation, and then you forgot also this kind of problem, which is very useful because this also have in the board examination, which is a lot also, a lot meaning many also, okay. So if you, let's say, if you make this perfect for all the easy and average problems like that, and because there are only small questions for difficult, you will pass, okay? Because difficult problems are less only, less, not so many. Trust me, okay? There's no so much complicated problems in the chemical engineering board examination. Only what, because we think that is difficult, that's only the problem, okay? Like that. Okay, at that time. See, okay, so this is under physical and chemical principles, and this is also under in chemical engineering. But the approach is more on physics. This one. Physics, right? It's the branch of science that deals with the study of matter and energy. Okay? Like that. So, okay? It's very clear, right? Okay, so thank you so much for watching this on-the-spot live streaming. And then I think next week I will be able to cater discussion on heat transfer. Heat transfer is very also challenging because, you know, it involves also a lot of thermodynamics. Okay, remember the formula only. Q is equals to mc dt, and the rest will be bingo, meaning it's easy for you to solve already if you have that kind of equation, but a lot others also will be undergoing a graphical representation. You have to plot the values of this and you have to insert with this equation, only like that, okay? But it's not very difficult, okay? Of course, what makes it difficult is the integration, differentiation, the approach of how to solve the problem sometimes makes difficult. Okay, and then sometimes also how the problems are being arranged or presented, it looks like very complicated also. That makes it difficult for the examinees also, especially the problems are very lengthy meaning 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs like that. Sometimes you will be confused also, and then they will mix all the units, okay, whether metric or English system, and then sometimes they will connect. For example, in question number 1, there is a unit operation formula to be used, and there's also physical chemistry formula to be used. There's also chemistry formula to be used. There's also physics formulas to be used in one problem only. So that's why it's very difficult because your mind are focusing to unit operations only. Something like that. So it will be rumbled. Okay, rumbled. And it will come to a point that you already use all the formulas and still you cannot get the exact formula for that particular problem. And that's the time you will derive your own formula. Okay? In the examination. Okay? Not all like that, but there's a problem like that. That you will make your own formula, an equation, because you insert all the formulas, but still you cannot get the answer correctly. Something like that. So you have to connect. Sometimes you have to connect the gas behavior to the liquid behavior. Okay, because they will be reacting in one vessel. Then the law of this gas will apply to the liquids because they are in equilibrium with each other. Mga ganon. Okay, so if the behavior of the liquid is different and the behavior of the gas is different, so there's a chance they will be in equilibrium. So the behavior of the two will be the same already. And then you use the formula of ideal gas law to be inserted also in the momentum transfer. Then ganun siya, chuva-chuchu until such time your cell will be tired. Your brain cells will be tired and you have a less time already left. Okay? And I remember also during the pre-examination, I am the one last going out of the room. Okay? In the chemical engineering day. Okay? So, when I look at my seatmate, this 1 meter apart, something. Oh my gosh, I'm the only one left here, and then the proctor is collecting already the paper, the answer sheets. But oh my God, I'm the one last. Something like I could not, what do you call it, regret for that. Okay, like this, because ako siya take, okay. To the point that, because I have to prove something like that, okay? And then I got it, something like that. Okay? So, that's it. Very easy, right? But take note, this will become difficult already if we mix this problem to other subjects also. Okay, in the board examination, because it's rumble mixing. Sometimes really true. Sometimes you will, oh my gosh, what should the formula I will be able to use? I remember also, that half-life reaction, right? In the chemistry. There's also like that in the chemistry, right? And there's also half-life reaction in the chemical reaction kinetics. Okay, then I got confused. Oh, what should I use for this? Okay, and I did not know that it has the same principles only. Okay, what is discussed in the general chemistry half-life reaction is just the same to the chemical reaction kinetics half-life reaction. There's only a little bit of addition, okay, on the analysis, blah blah blah, so and so. Okay, so don't be confused also, ha? Okay, because there's a lot of formulas in chemistry that will still be applicable in unit processes, unit operations, physical chemistry, blah blah blah, okay, and stoichiometry. The chemical calculations, CHE calculation, something like that. Okay, my gosh. Okay, so that would be now. Thank you so much for watching this live streaming. If you are not subscribing yet my channel, then it's about time to subscribe for academic information. Okay, it's about pure sciences and occupational safety and health also, and some personal vloggings and some entertainment live singing, something like that, okay? And then click the notification bell from some newest updates of I Am a Senior Eternal Force. Okay, my content is really balanced because, chemistry is always balanced. You can never solve problems without balancing the equation. It's just like a human being, you have to be balanced. Spiritually, morally, physically, socially, okay, mentally. Okay? And psychologically. So you have to be balanced. That's why my topics are a little bit, sometimes mathematics, science, like that, safety, like that, blogging, like that, personal blogging. That's my purpose because I want to be balanced in anything. Okay? Something like, I don't want to be boring. Okay, but what makes my videos boring is the way how I present because I don't have the, what do you call this one? Software to have an animation for the creativity of my video. Animations like flash like that, the special effects on the screen, That's what the other vloggers doing. They are equipped with high-tech special effects, animation, sound, color, the caption. Even though their contents are not very substantial, not really that informative, but they try to cover up that with more creative, okay? So that's why some viewers will stick to their video because it's very nice to look at. Okay, there's a lot of, for example, lightning, sound effects, and then there's a lot of, variety in one screen. But I don't have that. I'm purely talking in front of you. That makes this boring. Okay? But if you really want to learn information, so then you can go over for the substance. Substance, meaning what I am talking to. Especially for your interest, because sometimes there will be a conflict of interest. Okay? For example, I'm talking about science, but some people don't like science or don't love science. Okay, that's conflict of interest. Okay? Like that, because they love sports, they don't want to watch science vloggings. Okay? Me also, I don't want to watch like that type of videos because I don't have an interest for that. Like that, it's a conflict of interest. Because some people like sports, some people like politics, some people like showbiz or celebrities. Some people like also cooking, and some people like also entertainment, and then some people like academic information like this. So we cannot really please everybody of what they like, right? So all we have to do is to continue vlogging and live streaming. So for your channel to grow. Ganun na lang siya. Don't make it complicated and force anybody to watch your video and live streaming. Just like, that's life all about. Okay? So if you want, just subscribe my channel and then click for the notification bell from some news updates of the MS Singer Eternal Boss. This is again Engineer Sotero Nepomuceno Jr., a registered chemical engineer and a OSH professional, occupational safety and health professional. Okay, and safety engineer career. Okay, like that. Thank you so much for expect for some problem solvings, theories and principles regarding pure sciences, especially topics of sciences that link in BS chemical engineering, BS chemistry, something like that. More on science talaga siya. Okay? And then a little bit of mathematics. Okay, don't expect me to share about integral calculus, differential calculus, differential equations, or probability and statistics. I don't go beyond there because I cannot remember. I can only remember very very few. Okay, like that. But for algebra, I can easily recall the basic one. Okay, because it's in there. You will be able to use that in solving problems like this. Okay? Not only that, in engineering mechanics, in strength of materials. Okay, the mathematics there is not differential calculus. It's not integral calculus will be used. They are using only algebra and trigonometry most of the times. Again, engineering mechanics and strength of materials under general engineering subjects are using mainly algebra, trigonometry, geometry only, and some physics. Because it talks about the tensile stress, the tension, ganon, centrifugal force, centripetal force, okay, the stresses, okay? And then basic mathematics will be used there. Okay? Not the integral calculus, differential calculus. Those integral calculus, differential calculus, can be used in higher subjects in engineering, any engineering courses. This will be used, okay, in that particular subject's higher. Okay? Could it be mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, industrial engineering, chemical engineering, all engineering courses using, because we have advanced engineering mathematics. Okay, these four. These are the most difficult. Advanced engineering mathematics, differential equation, integral calculus, and differential calculus. These four subjects are very difficult. Okay? I can say that, but I don't know with other people also taking engineering because we don't have the same level of intelligence. Okay? For me, I found it difficult. Okay? Maybe they found it easier because they have a very high IQ and they love mathematics also. Okay? Because it could not be denied. So many taking up engineering courses love mathematics than science because they think engineering is full with mathematics, which is exactly correct. Okay? like that. But in me, I break that. I break that and still pursue to take up engineering course even though I don't love math. I don't like mathematics. Okay? So still I pursue to take engineering. I'm not really that poor in mathematics, but I'm not really catching very fast. Okay? I'll just have to study and memorize the formulas and then derive a little bit, buhay sa buhay, before, understanding it. Okay, but the IQ, what I mean, is not very high. Or not high. Okay? So like that. Sometimes really you can calibrate your performance after the board examination because the scores will be given to you after, right, the result. And then in that areas, you will feel, oh my gosh, it's really true that I'm weak in that areas. Okay? Because the lowest of my scores are really general engineering. Okay? And general engineering are composed of mathematics. From algebra, geometry, trigonometry, probability and statistics, differential equation, advanced engineering mathematics, integral calculus, differential calculus, engineering mechanics, strength of materials. Composed of 11 subjects, that's general engineering. Meaning general engineering, all engineers having that subjects. That's normally in the second day or the third day, like that. That's the low scores for me. My highest score is on that three comparison is really chemical engineering. Okay, because I take up chemical engineering, of course. So it's really matching. Okay, so it's really matching to my performance. That I really love science because my physical and chemical principles also are also high compared to my general engineering. So my lowest score is really general engineering. Okay, because I'm not good in mathematics, but it will be pulled off if you try to study hard and buhis buhay. Okay? Buhis buhay meaning you have to do everything like this, to try to be resourceful, like that. You go to the library every time, like that. You study, like that. You'll never go to your barkada, you'll never go to your friends, you'll never watch movies. Focus on your study, okay? Like that. Like that. In 1 year, span of review, do not go out, focus, and then relax a little bit, and then come back study just like that. Okay. Adequate preparation. Okay, really matters a lot. Okay, adequate preparation. It's gonna be 1 year. That would be enough. Lesser than that, I think so. It's very difficult to pass. Okay. For 6 months only, 5 months only. Because chemical engineering is so many, especially in the unit processes, so many physical and chemical separation processes told you earlier. So many things to discover. Okay, filtration, drying, sedimentation, flotation, screening, leaching, distillation, heat transfer. Okay, so many things, right? And then transport phenomena, heat transfer, momentum transfer, mass transfer, reaction kinetics, blah blah blah. So you will be crazy after all. Okay, so that's why you need to memorize the basic concepts and you need to prepare a lot. Okay, then if you want to become a top notcher, prepare at least 2 years. Okay, really, 2 years preparation if you want to become a top notcher. Okay, like that. Then if you still you will aim to become a top notcher so that you can pass. As I told you, right? Aim high so that you will pass. Because to be honest, really, when I took up the board examination, I really aim to become a top notcher. Really. Okay? I don't deny that. That's true. Okay, it sounds very, very, shall we say, unreliable because I'm not good in mathematics, right? But engineering courses have so many mathematics. And how can I become top notcher for that? Okay? Because that's only motivation, a drive for me to pass. Okay? To inject the positivism for me, like that. Okay? It is very clear. So if you're ready for your board examination is coming October, just relax, like that. Relax in the sense, what I mean of relax, do not be afraid. Do not pressure yourself. Just just take it easy, like that. Think all the problems are easy, something like that. Okay, and then don't think difficult. Always think it easy all questions. Okay, So many questions, 100 items plus. Blah, blah. My gosh. And a lot of theory, ha? That's what I told you, a lot of theories and concepts, especially in the physical and chemical principles. Allah, really. For example, in the periodic table, gaganon siya, i-compare siya ang ang electronic configuration. Oh my gosh. It looks like very easy, right? But sometimes we take for granted because we focus on the problem solving. Okay, be careful also. I think 50% up will be more on the theory. Okay, and then the rest will be problem solving, but madali siya. Okay, you can solve quickly. And then there's a little bit of difficult, I think 5, 6 items, difficult siya. But take note, if you add the easy and the average, then of course you will pass. Then plus the difficult that you learn. So it's impossible of all 6 difficult questions, you will never get at least 2, like that. So it's sure you will pass for that particular blah blah blah, right? Just like that. Treat that just like that. Treat that there are more easy questions to average questions rather than the difficult questions. Ganon. And never mind the history also. History meaning the past history. For example, you are taking now October and then the latest result. For example, there are only 2 passed out of 30, like that. There are only 3 who passed out of 40, like that. Don't treat that because it will bother you. Okay, so forget it. Okay, just believe in yourself that you can make it something like that, and prove that it's different when you are already there because you are different from them. Okay, something like that only, ha? Okay, because it could not be denied really that there's so many will fail. Okay, okay, there's so many will fail if we talk about chemical engineering examination. Okay, but never mind, forget it. Just focus to yourself. Okay, something like that. Study more. Okay, and prayers. Okay, prayer can move mountain. Okay, with matching buhis buhay to do effort. Ganun siya. Okay? And then, especially if your schools are near to the, your schools are near to the city, and there's a lot of temptation, especially in the mall, in the fast food, in the entertainment center, to go with your friends, and you are almost taking up the exam after a week, exam already. Do not go. Self-discipline. Okay? Do not go with them. Okay? Just go by your own to forget that for a while and then focus on your review. Okay? Focus on your review and study more. Okay? Just only review. That's review, right? Meaning to say, you studied that before, you only review that. But it's not enough. You still also have to study more. That is not part of your review. Okay? Me personally, I do that. I do my review, but I still have to find another, other things, topics. Okay, that is not related to the review. Okay? I think that also a factor that made me pass. Okay? Because I go to the other topics that's not part of the review, and then it's come out also some. Okay? Okay. I remember also very important the mass of the proton, like that. What is the mass of the proton, like that? It's very difficult, right? Because it's figure. Okay, that is 1.67 times 10 to the negative 27 kilogram. That is the mass of the proton. Okay, discovered by Ernest H. Rutherford. O ganon. So basic man kayo siya, guys, because that is particles man siya, atomic theory of John Dalton. It's very basic in chemistry. Then memorize everything about that. Okay, memorize who discovered electron, memorize who discovered proton, memorize who discovered electron. Okay, it will really come out, sure. Who discovered the electric charge unit? You remember that one? The experiment of Michael Faraday, okay, that he comes up with a unit of coulombs, okay, for the electric charge, right? Coulomb, C-O-U-L-O-M-B, coulombs per second, something like that, electric charge unit. And then it is 9.109 times 10 to the negative 31 kilogram. Oh, Avogadro's number, 6.023 times 10 to the 23 per molecule. Ganun siya. Okay, you have to use that every time also. Okay, Avogadro value. Okay, and then in ideal gas law also, at STP, at standard temperature and pressure, 1 mole of an ideal gas will occupy, okay, remember that one? 24.414 liter of ideal gas. Then you will be using that also in the formulas of ideal gases. Okay, those like that. Okay, STP meaning 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere. Okay? Because sometimes the problem will say, at STP, the viscosity of this fluid, like it will never mention the temperature already that it is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay? Because it understood that you memorized already the basic concept. Okay? At STP, the viscosity of the fluid, and then that is water. Okay? And we know also water has the standard of density. Right? At 4 degrees Celsius na itong ginagamit always, 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter, 1 grams per, and then it will never mention in the problem already. Okay? It's understood that the examinee will memorize that already. So that makes it sometimes, full in your brain cells. Okay? Okay. And sometimes also, guys, the electricity problems will be mixed in ideal gas law. You remember that one in your physics? If you could still remember that one, power is equals to work over time. Power. The unit is watts, right? Watts. And then work will be the joules, equivalent to Newton meter, and work over time is seconds, something like that. So power is equals to work over time, and then we have the formula of efficiency. Percentage efficiency is equals to the work output over the work input times 100. Mga ganun siya. There are times also it will be applied also there in the thermodynamics, physical chemistry, like that. Because normally when you are studying, it will not be combined yet. But in the board examination, it will be mixed suddenly. Okay? And you will be wondering, oh my gosh, how can I get this value? Okay? Like that. Especially the value of acceleration due to gravity. Okay? The value of acceleration due to gravity, guys, is very important. 9.81 meter per second squared and the 32.2 feet per second squared. Okay? Always memorize, guys, the metric system and the English system. Me, not to be arrogant, even though that was 25 years ago, it's stuck in my brain cells until now. Okay, because I memorized that and I understand really the basic only. So the density of water in terms of feet is 62.43, ganon siya ha. Okay, pounds per cubic feet. Okay, around 62.4, something like that, or 62.43, around 60 plus, something like that. Okay, nearly. Okay, 62.43 pounds per cubic feet. Okay, like that. And then you can goggle if it is correct. If it's wrong, meaning my brain cells are not working well due to aging process and collagen protein drops in my system. Oh my gosh. That's why the world is very exciting if you will just explain too much scientific in your answers, right? Oh my god. Okay, like that. Okay guys, it's taking me a longer time. What else I can share for you? Okay, because October 2021, right, is the Chemical Engineering Board examination. Okay? It's very near. July, August, September. Oh my gosh, 4 months. Okay? Like that. What else? Pressure. Pressure will always come out, guys. Sometimes, the problem only will state the height. And nothing at all. And it will say, what is the pressure of... for example, based on the experience, what is the pressure of toluene, ganon, in the vessel? And then, of course, you will refer the handbook, right? Handbook. Okay? But if it is water, standard naman good siya. May 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter, ganon. So use that, because pressure is equal to density times the gravity times the height. Okay? Always put that in your brain cells also. Okay, so a lot of formulas for pressure. We have also pressure is equals to force over area. Okay, we have also pressure is equals to density, gravity times the height. Okay, and we have also the pressure in terms of the kinetic energy. Okay, let's prove it. What's kinetic energy formula is 1/2 times the mass times the velocity squared. Okay, and then potential energy is mass times the gravity times the height and gh siya. Okay, so how come Sir Sotero that the kinetic energy will become a pressure? Okay, let's prove. Okay, let's assume that there is constant there. For example, mass will be assumed to be constant somewhere in the points in the pipeline. For example, the water will flow on the pipeline. Let's assume that will never change. So that is constant. So yan lang, uy. Okay? Ako rani ha. Magbugna juga ako Okay? That's what's good in me also because I can create my own. I love to have my own invention in my mind like that. For example, there's a problem, then I want to ask another question that is possible to be like this. Okay? I will never satisfied like that. Okay? And sometimes it makes me complicated. It makes me tired because I think of another thing that connects to that particular problem. The possibility that it's gonna be asked also. Okay, for example, in this, number 1, for example, this will be our problem. And then I want also to know what is the relation with the viscosity, ganon siya, fraction, ganon siya. And I have to prove that by all my memorized formulas. Okay? In my brain cells. And then I can create my own formula, something like that. Oh, really? Last night, I come to a point that I equate, charot. Because I love it, okay? I came to a point that I will that the ideal gas law will react to the fluid, and then if you substitute the PV and RT values to the Bernoulli theorem also, then you can create your own problem. I forgot the problem I created, something like that. Okay, pressure is equals to the universal gas constant. Ganon. And then times the temperature over the molecular weight. Ganon siya. Ako na siyang gi-equate. Ganon. Okay? Because I think that there's a possibility that the two of them will be in equilibrium. Something like that. Okay? So when you hit the water, and then the water will escape into the atmosphere, right? It will become a vapor and it will vaporize. The molecules will go to the atmosphere. Right? And then that's the time it will behave as an ideal, something like that. And then you equate that to the first time that is still a fluid or a solid. Okay? And then bingo, you can create your own formula. Okay? Something like that. It's just like a game. Okay? And then sometimes only, not all the time. I think you will use that also in the board examination. Okay? Because there is really difficult that you cannot understand really. Okay? And that's the time you have to make your own. Okay? Okay. It's very clear. Sometimes you have to connect the dots. Okay? Like this. Okay, for example, work, di ba? If we speak about work is equal to the energy. So, Sotero ko ng work is equal to energy man siya. Charot. Sir Sotero, why work is equal to energy siya? Because when you work, it's impossible that you don't have energy. Me, as a human being, I have to have energy input to do the work. So that's why it's basically equal, technically. Work is equals to energy. Okay? And the energy referring there is the calorie intake or the kilocalorie intake from the food we ate every day. And for the drinks, we take it up every day in our system. So that's so that we can have an energy. So when we have that energy, we can release that energy also. Okay, by breaking down the large molecules into smaller molecules. That's why the wastes from our body will be released, such as the toxins, blah blah blah, harmful substances that cannot be decomposed in the physiological reactions inside our body, right? Now, you will release heat, so Q negative. Okay, and you will also receive heat, Q positive. And Q positive and Q negative are all types of energy because heat is a quantity of energy. Okay, and you can never have the burning process of your calories if there's no energy given off. Okay, given off, released to the environment. So that's why you become sweat. Okay, and then there it goes. You will produce your electrolytes, or some minerals like sodium, calcium, potassium, electrolytes. Those are electrolytes. Okay, and various salts. Okay, because some salts were stuck in your kidney. Okay, because it could not be filtered properly also by our liver due to some limitations, for probably due to the excess intake of those minerals also from the food that we eat every day. Okay, so the minerals will be divided. Other minerals will go out, that will be called an electrolytes, and the minerals also will stay in the main organs such as the kidney, the liver, the brain, the heart. It's in there because they are not completely neutralized by other substances. Okay, so we try to eat up other cells and tissues inside our body. So that's why it will create a free radical. You know free radical? Since most of the electrolytes and minerals are really conductive, they will react to oxygen. Okay? Oxygen. That's why you have magnesium plus oxygen and magnesium dioxide. Ganun. All of those compounds is in our inside in our body because we intake also oxygen in every day. Okay? The water have oxygen inside our body. The air we breathe have oxygen. And then the oxygen plus the minerals inside our body, which is sodium, calcium, like that, it will become magnesium oxide, calcium dioxide inside our body. A trillions of chemicals inside our body, to be honest, or more than that. Okay? Now, if there are free radicals, so oxygen that is unstable already, they need to creep, they need to move every time, and they will penetrate to the main organ. They will damage now our tissues and organs due to this unpaired or unstable oxygen. These are all free radicals. Now, how can we eliminate these free radicals? Because we will become sick if they will keep on damaging our cells and tissues inside our physiological body. Okay, so the only thing to do that is to take some vitamins. Okay, vitamins. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, ganon. And then we have to take also antioxidants. Because of the word oxygen. This antioxidant will react to the free radical in order for this oxygen to be stable. Since that is already stable, then the free radical will eliminate. Then if the free radicals will be eliminated, there's no outlet for the viruses to come in. Understand? That's why the virus will come to your system, the bacteria will come to your system, because there's so many free radicals there that this virus will serve this as their house. And then they will eat some food there that existing in our brain, in our heart, in our kidney, and they will also creep there, and then they damage also our tissues and cells. That's why you will be sick and you will develop the COVID-19 or any other diseases related to bacteria, viruses, because there's a lot of free radicals in your body. Okay, so to eliminate that one, antioxidants coming from fruits and vegetables will fight them. And lemon has a very high of antioxidant. So in that way, there will be no more outlet for this bacteria and viruses to go there, because the free radical is no longer there, because that is their outlet. Okay? So that's why we need this antioxidant because it protects our cells from infectious diseases brought by this bad microorganisms, bacteria and viruses, or what we call as pathogens, disease-causing microbes and microorganisms. Okay, ganun siya. Okay, that's why we need to develop more vitamins, minerals, like that, antioxidants, and the antiviral agent component, which is the flavonoid. Flavonoid and polyphenol can kill also these viruses and bacteria, which is the main component of the vaccine. We have that also in our body now. It's not only that is found in the vaccine, or else if that is not inside our body, then all of us will die immediately. Okay, because we don't have flavonoid, we don't have polyphenol. This antiviral agents will fight any bad bacteria inside our body automatically, even though we will not take the vaccine. Vaccine is an additional, okay, additional, so that we can really sustain the immunity for those variants of different kinds of virus that will try to occupy inside our health immune system. Okay, but we need really to have a good health due to eating the right kind of food and healthful food. Okay, something like that. And now, if you will never do the sweating or the proper metabolism cycle, and then so many harmful substances in your body occupying, and then it can also release so many free radicals inside your body, the unstable oxygen, and then so many. Okay, guys, it's very clear. That's very clear. So, Tero, what's the connection for that? For the pressure. it's going to be like that. This is very interesting to study biochemistry, right? All about our health inside our body. Okay, something like that. Oh my gosh, what time check is brought to you with powdered Alaska milk. Okay. What else? I have still 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. 10 minutes for my vlog and live streaming. Actually, I have to end now because I have to make another vlogging regarding the work equipment and machine safety. It's related to occupational safety health already. Okay, not related to science. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. God bless everybody and have a nice day. Stay safe. Thank you so much. May ganun